And welcome to the second playoff fixture of the night, here live from Perth Modern High School in Supa-Liga in the Futsal Supa-Liga Western Australia. We've got Perth United Futsal Club taking on the Andinos. Both sides were victorious in their encounters last week as the Andinos demolished Perth City Galaxy 16 goals to 3 on aggregate. It was a much tighter affair between Perth United and Perth Longabarda, where they were victorious 3 goals to 2. And just running through the lineups. So for Perth United, we've got Mohamed Shaksi, Brian Santabanez, Rob Mitchell, Nico Torres, Philip Alamov, Jan Chok and Alexander Robert Ingo. For Andinos, Nicholas Serrano starts alongside Jose Castillo, Cesar Perez, Calcedo and Sergio Ramirez in goal, and Calcedo drawing the early contact for the free kick. Which has been given just outside the area. And really good chance now to be the first side to test one of the 2 goalkeepers, Alexander Robert, with a bit of a task ahead of him. It's laid off to Serrano, and Castillo tried to help it on, but Perth United clear their lines. Castillo look to skip beyond Alamov. Serrano tried to play it forward into Calcedo. And it has been awarded a corner, so must have taken the last touch off Alamov. Andinos with a chance to go at it again. Serrano tried to drive it to the back post. Calcedo prematurely trying to gather the ball for a corner, gets pinned for a handball, which gives Robert a chance to throw it up the other end. Serrano, Sergio Ramirez, Serrano, good long ball, well controlled. Jose Castillo, Serrano tries to find the pass in between the channel. Jan Chok, Torres, let's play out wide. Alamov comes out the better and is caught late in the end. Philip Alamov hits the deck and Perth United will have a free kick. Alamov with a strike, and it was hit powerfully, but just didn't have the accuracy to find the top corner. Scored a blistering free kick in their encounter last week. Castillo, marshaled by 2, hits the deck, and now is getting swarmed by blue shirts, but does enough to force it over the line. Gabriel Malaco on the near side overrules the referee on the far side and gives possession back to those in yellow. Castillo lets it run and cut it back to where Serrano is lurking, but Torres got in the way. Soto got in the way rather. Mitchell to Soto. Jan Chok for the ball through to Alamov. Calcedo does well here, still going. and hits the ground inside the area. Play allowed to continue, penalty not given. Andinos with the sideball. Serrano's shot is blocked. Shock under pressure. He stumbles over. Manages to sweep around the corner to Soto. He gets perhaps a little lucky there, but it's caught late in the end. Alamov. Ball out wide, comes to Alamov, who dinks it down the line to Choksi. And Cesar Perez happy to concede that of a corner. Upfield it comes to Chock. Choksi look to divert it back inside the area, and Andinos clear their lines in the end. It's Robert to Soto. Soto forward to Alamov. Alamov shifts it across to Chock. Soto. Alamov. And Choksi, ball offline. Calcedo has a go and finds the top corner with an absolutely brilliant strike. Andinos take the lead inside the 3rd minute. And what a way to do so, Robert. Completely out of his reach, hit with power and accuracy. Andinos, they'll be happy with the way they started. United. An errant touch from Alamov there. Castillo in the centre. United look to win it back. Choksi does really well to win a number of 50-50 challenges. Back rolls it to Alamov, who wasn't on the same page, but does enough to knock it off Perez and keep possession for his side. Soto strung for options. Choksi, loose pass. Gongora. Perez back to Gongora. Down the line it comes. Gongora once more. Gongora going for a bit of a run down the line. Does well to keep it in. In the centre it comes, Castillo. Nice initial move. Castillo does really well to keep it in. How will it open up for the Andinos? Gongora with space to drive. Just deciding to reset play there. Perez, in fact, is Castillo, who finds the bottom corner with brilliance. Just like that, Andinos double the advantage, and it's Jose Castillo, the youngster, with a turn-in shot right into the bottom corner. It is a brilliant way to start the game for the Andinos, and Perth United perhaps a little rattled here. Santabanes just lofting it forward over everyone. Comes through to Ramirez. Perez. Perez once more. No real options up the back. Forced to play it out wide, and Andinos do well to evade the press. Gongora knocks it back for Perez. He sends it long, but Janchuk receives on the chest. Good ball to Sanchez. They look to switch the play for Robert Michalak, but nothing doing. It's Alexander Robert who switches play out wide to Santabanez. Michelak, Santabanez. Robert high off his line, playing as the fly goalkeeper. It's a good ball to Michelak. Castro. Great shot, Castro. Well saved by Ramirez. Set play coming in from United. But just couldn't quite pull it off. Castro battling for it in the centre. And knocks it over the touchline. In the middle it comes. Garcia back for Pereira. He's under a bit of pressure here from Chock and loses out in the end. Here's brought to ground. Chock thinks it should have been a free kick. And it did look like one from here, but nevertheless, plays will have to continue. However, Steve Garcia is getting a stern talking to from the referee. Perez down the line, Garcia couldn't manage to keep it in. Castro knocks it back for Santabanez. Looks for the long ball into the channel. Perez, Gongora. He looked for Pereira, but an errant touch sees possession change over. Castro to Michelak. Michelak back for Castro. First time ball through the middle. Serrano couldn't get beyond out of Jan Chock. Santabanez. Sasada under pressure here, just reeling it back and dinking it up the touchline. Alamov. Good pressure, Serrano bearing down on goal. But Michelak puts his body on the line and forces a side ball. Ball inside the box, cleared away Michelak. Gongora. Serrano. Reverse pass, picked up well by Robert. Alamov trying to divert around Oscar Gongora. It comes to Robert in the middle. Alamov, Michelak, now out to Robert, Early fifth man play from Perth United. The Andinos defence forces it out for a corner. And the timeout called by Perth United. In fact, I think by the Andinos actually. After a really good start to the match, they find themselves in the lead 2-0 as we are approaching the midpoint of this first half. Is it working? The side ball for the Andinos. And a chance for United on the break. Perth United have brought up the goalkeeper for a bit of fifth man in Santabanes. Looks like the ball wasn't placed correctly on the line. Serrano tried to switch it across. And the ball through from Santabanes, who gets on it once more. Serrano, Santabanes driving down the byline, cuts inside and squares it. But it's a brilliant save, Ramirez. A really good save off Castro's boot. Soto to Alamov with the toe poke. It was blocked and the goal's open. Fernando Salas. Arias. Back to Salas. Arias once more. Good ball forward into Serrano. Robert. Just sent it away. Susana to Arias. And now Fernando Salas. Susana dispossessed. Salas happy to clear. Keeper up once more for Perth United. It's Santabanes. Robert across to Santabanes. Ball forward, given away cheaply. Almost punished there was Brian Santabanes, who makes way to the bench. Soto. Castro. Soto to bring it upfield. Plays it forward to Castro. Good switch of play. Shock. The roof for Alamov. Shock. Tries to curl it around the corner. Played across for Robert. Shock. Castro. Robert. Castro. Back to Robert. Down the line into the corner and back up it comes. Robert. He's good with his feet. Not many teams in the competition play fly goalkeeper with their goalkeeper, but Robert is that exception as he shot, took a touch off yellow as he earns United a corner. Shock. Castro. Back to Shock. Castro, Robert. Hasn't used his touch despite what some Andinos players are protesting. And Sasada is turning that one over by taking too long. Shock. Soto opens up for Michalak now. His effort on goal was blocked. Soto. Shock for Alamo. Soto pokes it forward. Michalak can't manage to keep it in play. Sasada off to the bench. Serrano trying to unleash Arias. Alamov, good run forward. Jan Shock. Michalak. Should sit out wide. Soto. Michalak. Now Shock. Good idea with the pass. Ramirez Grave dives on it. Looks like he was caught late. Ramirez is gingerly back to his feet, but he's okay to continue as he sends that one long, looking for Arias. In the centre it goes. Perez under pressure from two here. Soto threads it through for Michalak, who tried to help it onto Shoxy. Forward for Perez, who has it in the corner. Tries to get around Soto. Left foot strike from Castillo. Saved at the near post, well by Robert. As United will look to pull a goal back into half the margin as we head toward halftime. Composed from Ramirez. It's good from Perez to play it back to Arias. Now Serrano. In the centre it comes. Castillo. Castillo knocks it back for Garcia. Perez back to Garcia. Garcia under a high press here. Chock almost winning out. Robert off his line. Michalak knocking it back and forth with Soto. Now for it a Chock. He tried to knock it back into the centre, and a corner to come for Perth United inside the final minute of the first half now. Michalak, Soto, Andinos, high pressing well. Chock, back to Michalak. And helped around the corner, first time by Soto. In the centre it comes, Steve Garcia. Pull out to the right and flick down the line by Arias, but possession will change hands. Robert, good throw down the centre. Chock holds up well and knocks it back for Chucksy, who now finds Michalak. Chucksy once more. Chock gets it down the line. Chucksy controls with a deft touch. Loses out in the end, almost wins it back though. Chock does win it back, and that is the first half whistle. We will be back with you shortly after the break.
We're back live with the second half, and Andinos currently holding a 2-goal lead against Perth United. Shot comes in. Difficult to deal with. Now switched across to Castro. Soto, good ball, young shot from the line. He's not more to say. This man after United, in possession. Switch of play, good shot. Back to right. This is off the right. It's still clear off the target. Long play. Ramirez offline. Couldn't kill off move. Still Garcia. Soto. Ball down the line. Possession back in for Perth United. It's Alexander Robert. Soto. Shot. Points to Robert. Soto. Robert points to Robert. Tries to shoot. This time. Bernardo. Pass in the channel. It's almost space. Robert was off his line to clear. Solana lines up an effort by the King long shot. Time Solana. This hits on the outside of the goal line. Robert. Two targets. Santo Banks. Deep down the line. It's all the way through. Back to that shot was happy. Ball is still on. Harris. Pressure here from United. That's what Santo Banks. Santo Banks. Shot. Sanchez. Banks. Santo Banks. It's got a flag from still on. Still on. To be Soto. For ball, Castro just took his eye off the shot. He was target. Garcia.
Yeah, it's not good.
Another handball appeal. Nothing called that out. Shots from distance. Rolling foul. forcing a save out of water. Ari's in as far as Mitchell. Down the line. To go from distance. Long shot comes in. Logan is great. The ball first, but comes with it. So long past 3 seasons in the top flight. Mid-shot who has a goal. Follow the target. First time for the Falcons in. The score at 2-0. Over comes in again from Stella this time. The United defense doing its job. On his face. Robert, ball down the line, Salter Banks, recycles. Robert to Mitchell. That's more, Salter Banks. Mitchell. Johnson, Andinos defense. To Charlie to play. Robert. Mitchell. Salter Banks. Robert. Salter Banks. Robert once more. Mitchell now.
It's not me.
Michalak, and to the left it comes. Michalak does well to evade the challenge. Under pressure here. Gets it to Robert. Robert does really well there. Don't think there was a handball in that. Robert just playing it to safety. Serrano. Arias does well. Goes down inside the box. But just lost his footing. No pen. Michalak. Forward pass cut out. Gongora driving forward at speed. Cuts inside now. Still going Gongora. The decision going against the Andinos to their displeasure. Robert Santabanez. Ball down the line. Michalak looks at back for Santabanez, who's had a good stint in this second half. Yanchuk Santabanez, good ball. Alamov couldn't keep it alive. Serrano tried to deke it into Arias. Robert to Michalak. Mohamed Chuksi. Alamov tried to tow it in the Chok direction. Castillo goes for a run down the line, has the speed. And Arias shoots from the side angle. Just deflecting right. Left foot strike from Castillo. Robert releasing shot quickly. United have numbers forward. His shot tries to thread it through into Ramirez, who took a theatrical tumble. Ramirez long. Alamov well defended, got in front of the Andinos pivot. Arias turns well, couldn't maintain his footing though. .5:56 left in the affair. Andinos holding their lead, but it's a dangerous scoreline in football and futsal, 2-0. They've kept United at bay for the bulk of the contest, but still this game very much still alive, unless Castillo can find the empty net from range. Not quite. Shots in the corner. Dummied for Philip Alamo. Poor ball really. And Castillo tried to play it through Robert. Almost kept it in but couldn't. Arias just going past the back post of that. Fully done by Castro. The long throw Ramirez, headed clear by Jan Chuk. And two big games ahead. In the semi-finals, we've got Sterling Brazajinga taking on International Perth next. And following that, the last game of the night, the Coburn Wolves take on the West Coast Cobras. So two massive contests, going to be high quality futsal and entertainment coming up right after this. We're only getting you warmed up for an exciting night of futsal. Make sure you stick around on the live stream for the action brought to you live here from Supa-Liga in Perth, Western Australia. Robert thinking about his shot for a moment, just opted to reset. Shock so too. Robert has it go, and that one wasn't far away. Fingertips over the bar from Ramirez, who's claiming he didn't. Another potent effort from Alexander Robert, who's looking a likely goal scorer this game. Is some absolute thundercrackers. They've just missed the target only narrowly. Once he hits one on target, it's going to be a nightmare for the goalkeeper. But up the other end, Robert called interruption and denies Gongora. And Andinos' third goal with a splendid stop. Robert, despite the scoreline, is putting his hand around up for man of match. He's played a great game. Goals weren't his fault. Arias trying to outmuscle Alamov. They go at it. That's good physicality, but he's tried away as I didn't see what happened after, and it's a red card from Alamov, who must have caught Arias late. He makes matters go from bad to worse for Perth United, who will be down to 3 men for 2 minutes or until a goal scored. Alamov probably didn't need to do that. Arias, looks like he'll need a sub. Maybe got pushed into the wall or something of that nature. Arias makes way back to his starting position. He looks okay to continue, which is good news after all that. And Banners bring it forward. They are playing with the numerical advantage as Castillo bursts down the line. Castro sends it out of play. Perez. Steve Garcia. Robert will be used. Sends it long. Not a bad idea with the pass, just hit a little bit too heavy. Perez to Castillo, back to Perez. Steve Garcia, heavy touch. Shucks it, looking to win it back for United. Shucks so too. Almost looked like a shot with that clearance. It's behind for a corner. The gap in the middle for the Andinos. Didn't find it. Shock does really well there to keep it alive. And both players hit the deck quite aggressively. Just went over the touchline on the way through. Next round of the bench is Fernando Salas, who comes back on. Perez. Across to Salas, who has a rather support effort really. And a timeout called by Perth United with 3 minutes and 2 seconds left on the clock. We will be back with you momentarily. Robert plays short. Soto. Still a man down, United. Wasn't looking like it for a moment. Steve Garcia knocks it on for Castillo. Couple of step overs. Cuts inside. Ball into the corner. Castillo, good turn. Now for Perez. Garcia losing out. Santa Banners, that's clever. Still going Santa Banners. He hits the ground pretty aggressively. Salas went in unfairly. Foul centre court. Salas. Soto. Good move down the line. Can he keep it in? A corner. With 30 seconds left to play, a man down. Robert contemplating whether he should or shouldn't come up off this line. Castro. Little dink over the top. It's a good ball. Soto! Can he manufacture something? Comfortable for Ramirez, who sparks to the counter-attack quickly. Good tackle, Soto. Robert claims it, and they get the full player back on now, United. Santa Banners. Plays it off him for a side ball as Robert will come off the chalk. Give it to hit button. This one. Soto, centre Banes. Back to Soto. Chalk. 1:30 to rectify things for Filippo Astuni and his side. A man down and now a man up inside the offensive half, but the goal is gaping open. So a timeout for the Andinos as look at how they want to set up defensively against the Perth United fly keeper. 90 seconds to hold on, 90 seconds to maintain a clean sheet and head toward a routine 2-0 victory in what would round off a great season and send them through to the next stage of the playoffs. Ball very much in their court now. United with it all to do. It's unlikely, but not inconceivable. Soto doing all he can to try and win the ball up high. Inside the final minute we had, a minute and just over. Shot almost stayed in play. Vora happy to slow it down. Serrano.
What's your five? No. Don't move to the You move to the place and kick.
Serrano, that's good footwork. Almost beat them both. Allow Soto to come out. Andinos on the break, and as he looked to divert that one toward the back post where Castro was lurking. There's a good block from Perez, and a great shot from Chuck is given Perth United a hope at getting a draw. What a brilliant finish from Jan Chuck. Just inside the final minute, Jan Chuck pulls an absolute rub it out of a hat. A toe poke. It's so hard, so unpredictably, and flew in the top corner. It will be a nervy ending for the Andinos, whose clean sheet is no longer for United. Well, maybe, just maybe, they can salvage a draw and maybe even a win if they get another goal quickly. How momentum can shift in a matter of moments. Could it go back the other way? Perez, United on the break. Santa Panas, Perez with a good sliding challenge. He does his defensive duties well. Santa Panas, Michalak down the line, and back in the centre it goes, but Perez there once again to read it. Comes upfield to Michalak, left foot drive, it wasn't too bad, you can see what he's trying to do, but it was always curling wide on the weak foot. Half a minute to potentially send this game into extra time. Serrano trying to not let that happen. Ramirez just setting it long. It's a good clearance. Chuck needs to get play going and quickly. Castro, pull out wide. Nico Soto, sliding block Perez, goals gaping. Solana couldn't get it up and over. It didn't have the accuracy either. Chuck with a last dice roll. There's only 4 seconds left. They've got to send it long. Michalak That's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. The Andinos hold on for a memorable 2-1 victory. It had everything. Jan Schott's late goal made things interesting, but ultimately it was the early strikes from Ivan Arias and Jose Castillo which proved to be the difference for the men in yellow as they will see themselves on in winter 2025 up next week against Perth Longobarda in the playoff final. Thank you for joining me.